Let's listen to this man. He got some good news for you. Hey, man, listen. Hey, everybody, gather near. The doctor's in the house, so lend him your ear. The things he can say might even make your day. He might even help your pain go away. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. I'm sure he can tell you just what to do. The doctor is in the house.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Ron, and I am in the house bringing you Dr. Ron, unfiltered, uncensored, for episode number 640. Hope you enjoy this. Something that a lot of people are not talking about is the sympathetic trap, that is. And that's why your nervous system is killing you. And we'll give you some ideas how to rectify that. You know, we live in this high fight or flight nervous system all day long. Get this done, get that done, the blue light and what have you. And we don't have time really to take a deep breath and let our bodies heal themselves. So we'll be talking about that today. Just want to also tell you about, I wrote an article on Substack. That's Dr. Ron Substack. If you want to look it up, Dr. Ron Substack, you can SDR Ron. It was called They Want to Be Healthy, but the Dining Room May Be Working Against Them. And we talked about institutional food choices and senior living, how it's eroding metabolic health, cognitive health, and your own microbiome. And one of the number one issue I talked about was canola oil, a genetically modified, chemically processed, biologically questionable oil. And the article, you can read it on Substack. But what if I told you that for many of us, the difference between living well and slowly getting sick isn't genetics, it isn't bad luck, it's not even aging. It is where we eat, what we eat, and what we are unknowingly exposed to. So that started a project. After listeners said, why do I feel worse after I dine out than when I eat home? Or why do I feel better when I eat in Europe than when I eat in the United States? Well, we pursued that question, and the answer opened into something much bigger. And that much bigger is a docuseries was born. And we'll start recording that next week. It'll probably be 3 or 4 episodes, closing with Professor Peskin explaining about seed oils. We started with seed oils and we will end with seed oils. So if you want to listen to that series, I advise you to subscribe to my Substack, Dr. Ron, Dr. Ron at Substack. It's free, and hopefully you'll get something more than the free out of the series. And we'll talk about dining risks and adulterated, industrially processed oils and how they are made, how they disrupt your body. And that was just the beginning. We'll also get into ultra-processed foods, et cetera. I don't want to give out everything right now to take up time from this podcast, but that's what we have been working on. And I think it's going to be good, and you'll learn a lot from it. So today, what the heck, sympathetic nerve trap? Well, what's up, everybody? Well, here we're going to cut through some of the BS and talk about what's actually affecting your health. We'll dive deep into this subject that's probably destroying your health right now. And as you listen to this, you don't even know it. We're talking about the sympathetic nervous system. Now, before your eyes glaze over thinking this is something that's going to be a boring anatomy lecture, so give me a chance, stick with me. Because understanding this one thing could be the difference between living a vibrant, energetic life and slowly burning out into a shell of anxiety, inflammation, and disease. Here's the truth. No one's really telling you. We live in a sympathetic world every single day from the moment your alarm jolts you awake to the moment you scroll through your phone at midnight. Your body is stuck in fight or flight mode, and it is absolutely wrecking you. So today, what are we going to do? Well, let's try and break it down into exactly what's happening and why you should care and why it matters. And most importantly, how to flip the switch and get your body back into the healing mode. So relax, run on the treadmill, whatever, and we're going to get into this. All right. What are the basics? Your autonomic nervous system has two main branches, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. So think of them as the gas pedal and the brake pedal in your car. The sympathetic nervous system is your gas pedal. It's designed for action, for survival, for those moments when you need to run from a saber-toothed tiger or fight off a threat. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure spikes, your cortisol floods your system, digestion shuts down, and all your body's resources get diverted to your muscles and brain for immediate survival. So your system shuts down what is not needed for immediate survival. But there's a kicker. This system, this sympathetic system, was designed for short bursts. Like, for instance, there's a tiger, run for 60 seconds, run for your life. Kind of short, right? Not sit in traffic for an hour, then deal with a difficult boss, then worrying about money, then arguing on social media, then binge watching fear-inducing news, kind of chronically activating that system. But you know what? That's exactly what we're doing each and every single day. So let's paint a picture of the modern sympathetic world. You wake up to an alarm. You got it. That's a stress response. Your body thinks there's danger. You immediately check your phone. Emails, notifications, news alerts, more stress. You rush to get ready. You skip breakfast, or maybe you chug coffee on an empty stomach. You sit in traffic or a crowded train. Already your nervous system is in overdrive. You get to work, you're under deadlines. You're dealing with difficult people. You're staring at screens. Those screens emit blue light, telling your brain it's midday even at 9 p.m. You eat lunch at your desk. You barely chew it. You don't even realize you're eating. You don't move your body except to go from your chair to your car to the couch. Then you come home. You scroll through your social media where everyone's either outraged or showing you their highlight reels, making you feel inadequate. You watch intense shows or you watch the news. That keeps your adrenaline pumping. You finally get to bed, but your mind is racing, replaying the day, worrying about tomorrow. Does any of that sound familiar? Well, if it does, that is the sympathetic trap. And here's what nobody's telling you. You're stuck in sympathetic dominance. Your body literally cannot heal. It cannot digest properly. It cannot detoxify efficiently. It cannot repair tissue. It cannot fight off disease. Why? Because all those functions, digestion, your immune function, your cellular repair, your detoxification, they all happen in the parasympathetic state. Remember what we said. That's your brake pedal. That's your rest and digest mode. That's your healing mode. You know what? And most of us haven't been there for years. So, there's consequences. Let's talk about what this chronic sympathetic activation is doing to your body, because this just isn't about feeling stress. This is about real, measurable damage. Let's talk about your gut. When you're in sympathetic mode, blood flow to your digestive system decreases by about 50%. Your stomach acid production changes. Your gut motility slows down. Your intestinal barrier becomes permeable. Hello, leaky gut. The gut leaky gut syndrome. Hello. This is why you can eat the cleanest diet in the world and still have digestive issues. Your nervous system won't let you digest it properly. You're in the sympathetic mode. How about your immune system? Chronic sympathetic activation suppresses your immune function. Your body thinks, if I'm running from a tiger, I don't need to fight off viruses right now. You've heard of cortisol. That's your main stress hormone. It is actually immunosuppressive. It lowers your immunity, immunosuppressive. This is why stressed people get sick more often. Your body's too busy surviving to thrive. It's in that fight or flight mode. How about your hormones, ladies and gents? This is huge. When your body is in constant stress mode, it prioritizes making cortisol over making sex hormones. Well, it has a name. It's called the pregnenolone steal. Your body literally steals the building blocks meant for testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone to make more stress hormones instead. Well, hey guys, this leads to low libido. Women too. Irregular periods, erectile dysfunction, the famous ED on television. It leads to mood swings, and you name it. And you know what else it affects? Your metabolism. Chronic sympathetic dominance makes you insulin resistant. Insulin resistant. It increases your blood sugar. It makes you store fat, especially around the muffin top, around your midsection. Why? Well, because your body thinks there's a famine or a threat. So it holds on to every calorie it can. You can diet, you can exercise all you want, but if your nervous system is dysregulated, I'm telling you, you're fighting an uphill battle. And what about your brain? Do you know that chronic stress has been proven that it shrinks your hippocampus? That's your memory center. Chronic stress increases anxiety and depression. It creates brain fog. It literally rewires your brain to be more reactive, more anxious, and more negative. It's not weakness. This is physiology. How about inflammation and disease? Well, I have it in sixth place, but this is a big one. Chronic sympathetic activation is pro-inflammatory. It creates an environment where chronic disease thrives. We're talking about what? Heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune conditions. Yep, the big C, cancer. The research is crystal clear. Chronic stress is a root cause of virtually every major disease we face. I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not when I say that living in a chronic sympathetic dominance is slowly killing you. Well, that's the bad news. What's the good news, Dr. Ron? Well, you can do something about it. Okay, so remember what we said, the consequences of living in a sympathetic mode are in your gut, your immune system, your hormones, your metabolism, your brain, and in your inflammation. What do you do about it? Well, let's talk some solutions. How do you shift from being sympathetic dominant into parasympathetic healing? Well, I'm going to go into what I call the most powerful evidence-based strategies. There are others, but I'm going to keep this a little bit scientific. Number one is breath work. This is your fastest, most accessible tool. Your breath is the only part of your autonomic nervous system you can consciously control. And here's what you do. It's called box breathing. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. And hold exhaling for a count of 4. I'm told the Navy SEALs do this before every mission. Repeat this for 5 minutes. Okay? In for 4, out hold it for 4, out for 4, and hold it for 4. Even better, extended exhaling breath is even better. So inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 8. The longer it takes you to exhale is to get rid of air out of your lungs. It activates your vagus nerve, which is the main highway of your parasympathetic nervous system. Recommendations: do this first thing in the morning, before meals and before bed. Just 5 minutes. Think of it. Just 5 minutes can shift your entire physiology. And if you're out playing a sport, the game is on the line and you're up, breathe this way. 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. You'll be surprised how you'll perform. Second strategy is what's called cold exposure. Cold showers or ice baths, or even just splashing cold water on your face. That activates your vagus nerve and trains your nervous system to handle stress better. Recommendations are to start with 30 seconds of cold at the end of your shower and work up from there. Ladies and gents, this is one of the most powerful nervous system reset tools that we have. Cold exposure. And eating. Gosh, stop eating on the go. Stop eating standing up. Stop eating at your desk or while stressed. Your body's not going to digest the food properly, and when you're in that sympathetic mode, we talked about that, right? Before you eat, take 5 deep breaths. Sit down. Eliminate distractions. Chew your food thoroughly. Why? This sends signals to your brain that you are safe and can digest. It gets you out of that sympathetic mode. Chew your food thoroughly so that your brain knows it's safe for it to use its digestive functions. And how about movement, Dr. Ron? Well, it's okay, but the right kind. Intense exercise actually activates your sympathetic system. Now, that's not bad. We need that. But if you are already chronically stressed, adding more high-intensity workouts might be making things worse. How many times have we heard balance is key? Balance is key. So add in some parasympathetic activities. Walking in nature, you get some grounding in. Yoga, Tai Chi, gentle stretching. These tell your body it's safe to rest and repair. And when you combine breathing and yoga, what a great way to relax and get into parasympathetic mode. And the fifth thing you can do is reduce stimulants. Yeah, it's controversial, but hear me out. If you're drinking multiple cups of coffee a day, you're keeping your sympathetic system activated. Coffee spikes cortisol. Coffee spikes adrenaline. And I would never say never have coffee, but let's be strategic about it. 1 cup in the morning, not on an empty stomach, and maybe no coffee by 12, say from 12 to 3, maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll have to judge that for yourself, but maybe just two cups of coffee a day. Try to have that first one not on an empty stomach. And when you wake up in the morning, we're going a little rabbit trail here. Your brain is dehydrated. It shrinks down about 60%, so it can detox. A nice 8 to 12 ounce glass of water when you wake up in the morning. Rehydrate your brain. Do some stretching, breathe some fresh air. Great way to start the day. And then if you're going to stretch, you can get some good morning sunlight. Get outside. Well, you can do that just briefly while you have a little something to eat and have your coffee. Then get outside for about 30 minutes of walking. And try to get 10 to 15 minutes of natural sunlight. This regulates your circadian rhythm, which regulates your cortisol rhythm, which regulates your entire autonomic nervous system. This one habit alone can transform your sleep, energy, and stress response. Really important. And what about vagus nerve stimulation? Well, if you don't know it, your vagus nerve is the master controller of your parasympathetic system. So what do you do to activate it? Well, I'll give you some things that I know can work. Gargling water vigorously, singing or humming, belly breathing. And I'm telling you, put your hands on your belly and feel that belly going in and out. Gentle massage on the sides of your neck. Now, as you get older, not too vigorous. You don't want to cut off any blood supply through those carotid arteries. And last but not the least is laughing. Might sound simple, gargling, singing, deep breathing, gentle massage, laughing, but they work. They literally change your nervous system state in real time and create boundaries with our technology. This fact should be non-negotiable. Your phone is a stress delivering device, an SDD. Every notification is a mini sympathetic activator. Every scroll through social media is keeping you in fight or flight. Set boundaries. No phone for the first hour in the morning. No phone an hour before bed. Turn off non-essential notifications. Put your phone in another room when you're eating or spending time with your loved ones and family. They should be the same ones. Really important, non-negotiable. And those of you who have listened to me, I like the Wi-Fi and the printers turned off at night because they are inflammatory. And you have to prioritize sleep. Sleep is critical to longevity. Sleep is when your parasympathetic system is dominant. It's when you heal, when you detox, when you consolidate your memories and balance your hormones. If you're not getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, forget everything else I told you. Nothing else will work optimally. And you need a wind down routine in today's world. Dim the lights after the sun goes down. Cool your room temperature. Black out curtains and have a consistent as possible sleep schedule. Treat sleep like medicine, like a medical intervention, because it is. And have an attitude of gratitude. Practice gratitude and connection. This might sound crazy, right? But the data is rock solid. Feelings of safety, connection, love, and gratitude activate your parasympathetic system. Feeling threatened, isolated, or resentful keeps you sympathetic. Spend time with people you love. Have real conversations. Pet your dog. Hug someone for 20 seconds. I mean, the hormones that come out of that are crazy. That's long enough to release oxytocin and calm your nervous system. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each night. Your nervous system responds to your perception of safety. If you feel chronically unsafe, threatened, or on the edge, yeah, you guessed it, you're going to be sympathetic. But creating moments of genuine safety and connection is medicinal. You notice during this whole spiel, I have not mentioned anything about medicines or supplements. Look, here's the bottom line. You were not designed to live in a constant state of emergency. Your body is incredibly intelligent. It knows how to heal. It's its own pharmacy. It knows how to thrive, how to be resilient, but it can't do any of that when it thinks it's being chased by a tiger 24 hours a day. The modern world is sympathetic by design. It's not your fault that you're stuck in this state, but it is your responsibility to do something about it. You don't have to do everything we talked about. Pick a couple, 2 or 3, ones that resonate with you. Start there. Maybe it's breath work. Maybe it's morning sunlight. Maybe it's a cold shower. Maybe setting phone boundaries. Start small, be consistent, and watch what happens. I promise you, when you start spending more time in parasympathetic mode, everything changes. Your energy improves, your digestion improves, your sleep improves, your mood improves, your relationships improve, your body starts healing instead of breaking down. Didn't cost you anything yet. This is the foundation of health that nobody's talking about. You can take all the supplements, eat all the organic food, do all the biohacking in the world. But if your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight, you're building a house on sand, my friends. Fix this first. Fix this first. Everything else will become easier. All right. That's it for today. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You can comment on Podbean, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to this podcast. Send me a message at docronradio@gmail.com. Let me know what strategies you're going to implement. And remember, your health is in your hands. Take control of your nervous system, and you take control of your life. Subscribe to my Substack page, Dr. Ron, Dr. Ron, Substack. So you will know what's happening and when the docuseries starts. So, I'm Dr. Ron. This has been Dr. Ron, unfiltered, uncensored, definitely unapologetic, and I'll catch you on the next one. Stay strong, stay balanced, and of all things, get parasympathetic. Go on, everybody, and have a great day.
Hey everybody, Dr. Ron's finished for today. I hope you got some good wisdom for what the man had to say. If it's all about good health, he's the man you got to see. He has a lot more answers for you. So tune in next week when the doctor is in the house. Or when the doctor is in the house. And let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house, the doctor is in the house, the doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. I'm sure he can tell you just what to do. The doctor is in the house, the doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you when the doctor is in